It's easy to spot affection when it's loud, when it's wrapped in sweet messages, impulsive kisses, when she says your name like it's the only one that exists. But what do you do when that warmth fades, when her replies shrink from paragraphs to periods, when her voice hesitates before it speaks, when her eyes choose the floor over your face? Now ask yourself, did I say something? Did I do something? You scroll through your texts again, searching between how was your day and good night for that one invisible moment when it all turned cold. Oh, and before we dive deeper, I've got something special for you. A free ebook, The Female Mind Control Handbook. It unveils the hidden psychology behind desire and emotional attraction. Download it now. Link is in the description or the pinned comment. Back to the silence. You assume she's lost interest, maybe found someone else, maybe just stopped caring. But here's the hard truth most never consider. Sometimes she pulls away because she cares too much, and it terrifies her. I didn't believe it either at first. I thought love meant pursuit, fireworks, confessions under moonlight, running barefoot through midnight streets just to say, I need you. But love, real love, rarely looks like a movie scene. It's quiet, unpredictable, and sometimes it hides behind silence. Let me take you back. There was a woman I once knew. Let's call her Ilara. She didn't enter a room. She unfolded into it like smoke-filling corners. Her words were precise, her eyes both sharp and soft. And for a while, we were something undefined. That fragile electric space between friendship and something more. No declarations, no labels, just nights filled with unspoken closeness and breath held a little too long. Then she disappeared, not physically. She was still there, but muted. Her laugh became rare. She flinched at simple plans. Her voice, once playful, grew careful. I thought I had done something wrong. But what I didn't understand was this. Her silence wasn't rejection. It was fear. And that's the wound most men never see. Because we're taught to measure love by consistency, by attention, by presence. But some women, especially those who've been hurt, don't love through possession. They love through retreat. She's not ignoring you to push you away. She's hiding because she feels too much. Because she's scared you'll see everything, the mess, the scars, the need. And when you see it all, you'll have power. And nothing frightens a strong woman more than giving away that power. The paradox is brutal. The more she feels, the less she shows. And this is where the Stoic principle comes in, not in detachment from her, but detachment from your need for validation. A Stoic doesn't beg for clarity. He doesn't react. He observes. He reads between silences. He understands that human emotions, like the seasons, have their own rhythm. A woman in love doesn't always move towards you. Sometimes she circles. Sometimes she disappears into herself. And the question is, can you remain still while she does? This is the test, because a masculine, anchored man knows how to stay rooted. He knows that her storm is not his to fix. He doesn't chase her silence with noise. He lets it echo. He understands that affection doesn't always wear perfume. Sometimes it lingers in a half-written message or in her hovering thumb before pressing call. That hesitation, that pause in her eyes, that's not coldness, that's caution. And most men misread it. They react, they withdraw, or worse, they send a passive-aggressive text. I guess you don't care anymore. And in doing so, they confirm her deepest fear, that intimacy equals instability, that once she opens up, it becomes a weapon. That's why she pulls back. Not because you're unwanted, but because you matter. And when someone matters, there's something to lose. Here at Philosophy of Stoicism, we talk about strength, not the noisy kind, but the silent kind. The kind that holds space, that doesn't flinch, that waits without needing. I remember the night I called Alara, long after the silence between us had grown thick. I didn't call to fix things. I just said, "You don't have to say anything. I'm here." She exhaled, not a sigh, something deeper. Like she'd been holding her breath for months. We didn't solve anything that night, but something changed. There's a line I once wrote in a journal. If you only love someone when they're easy to understand, you don't really love them. You love your own comfort. And Stoicism, true Stoicism, asks us to rise beyond comfort, to seek understanding instead of reaction. So when she grows quiet, when her warmth cools, when her words disappear, don't panic, don't chase, don't send ultimatums. Observe, be present, remain still. Her distance might not be rejection, it might be reverence. Because you don't run from what doesn't matter, you run from what you're afraid to lose. Real love exposes us. It reveals the soft places we've spent years protecting. And for a woman who's had to protect herself alone, exposure is terrifying. She hides it in coldness, in silence, in distance. But that doesn't mean she's not watching you. She's waiting to see, will you stay calm while she can't? Will you be her stillness? Will you love her without needing her? That's the real Stoic lover, not the seducer, not the persuader, but the man who remains present, anchored, and gentle in the quiet. She may return, she may not, but your peace must not depend on her return. You are not owed her affection, only the honor to witness it, if she chooses to show it. And if she doesn't, you let her go, with grace, not bitterness, because sometimes the most powerful form of love is non-interference. Sometimes caring for someone means giving them the freedom not to choose you. And if they come back, you'll know it's real. If they don't, you haven't lost. You've learned. So here we are, back in the silence, back to the unread message, back to the space between you. Don't fill it with noise. Fill it with presence, with stillness, with understanding. Let her be afraid. Let her ignore you and love anyway. Because the man who can sit inside the quiet, who can feel the ache and still smile at it gently, that's the man no woman forgets, even if she never says a word.